You're 34 and still waiting tables? My sister Rachel's voice cut across the dining room. 20 people went silent. Forks stopped midair. My brother-in-law smirked into his wine. I smiled, calm, collected, because what Rachel didn't know could fill a boardroom. And in 72 hours it would. She thought I spent my days refilling coffee and clearing plates. She thought I was the family disappointment, the one who never made it out. Never made it big? She had no idea I'd been making moves she couldn't even pronounce. I had the receipts in my briefcase. Literal receipts, documents, contracts, emails, every single piece of proof I'd need. But first, you need to understand how we got here. How the golden child and the black sheep ended up at the same table. And why I stayed quiet for so long. Let me know where you're watching from and what time it is there. And if you've ever been underestimated by family, hit that like button. You're going to want to see where this goes. Rachel and I grew up in the same house, but we lived in different worlds. She got the private school tuition, the SAT prep, the college fund. I got a used Honda and a reminder that money doesn't grow on trees. By 16, I was waiting tables at a diner off Route 9, early mornings, late nights, grease burns and rude customers. But I loved it. Not the job itself. The rhythm. The choreography. The way a good shift felt like a dance. My manager, Anton, saw something in me. He'd worked in Michelin star kitchens in New York. He told me hospitality wasn't service. It was empire building. You control the room, he said. You control the money. I listened. I went from server to sommelier, from floor manager to co-owner of a small bistro by the time I was 28. Then I bought Anton out when he retired. I kept expanding, quiet, steady, no announcements. By 32, I owned 3 properties, restaurants, event spaces, a boutique hotel in the works. I kept everything. Tax returns, LLC documents, incorporation filings, franchise offers I'd turned down because I wanted to build my own thing. I had a binder, organized, detailed, every contract, every license, every receipt. Rachel never asked what I actually did. She saw the apron and stopped looking. She was about to learn the hard way. You should always ask questions before you make assumptions. A week after the dinner, Rachel called. Hey, I need a favor. Her tone was light, breezy, the way it always was when she wanted something. Sure, I said. What's up? Derek's company is hosting this big investor summit. 200 people. Really high level. I told them I could help with catering. I waited. I thought maybe you could do it. You know, past apps, small plates. Nothing too complicated. Nothing too complicated. I bit my tongue. When is it, I asked. 3 weeks. It's at the Grand Meridian. Black tie. Super fancy. The Grand Meridian. I almost laughed. How many people? I asked. 200, maybe 220 with vendors. Look, it would be great exposure for you. Derek's CEO is going to be there. I told him you're in hospitality. Just don't make me look bad, okay? There it was. Wear something professional, she added. Not your work clothes. I stayed calm. Send me the details, I said. Head count. Dietary restrictions. Timeline. You're amazing. Thank you. Oh, and one more thing. This is kind of a family contribution, so we can't really pay, but the exposure is worth it, trust me. Free labor. For 200 people. She really thought she was doing me a favor. I'll handle it, I said. And I would, just not the way she thought. 2 days later, Rachel posted in our family group chat. Exciting news. I'm helping my sister break into corporate catering. She's doing a huge event for Derek's company. So proud to support small businesses, even family ones. The responses came fast. That's so generous of you, Rachel. Good exposure for her. Finally, a real opportunity. My mom chimed in. Sweetie, do you need to borrow a serving uniform? I think I still have mine from the country club. I stared at my phone. My hands shook. Rachel had turned my work into her charity project. She'd made me look small in front of everyone. Again. I wanted to disappear. Or scream. For a moment, I thought about pulling out, letting her scramble, letting the whole thing crash. But that would make me look flaky, petty, unprofessional. I sat in my office, alone. The family chat kept buzzing. Then I opened my laptop. I pulled up the file I kept on every property I owned, deeds, contracts, corporate records. I scrolled to the Grand Meridian, and I smiled. Rachel had no idea what the Grand Meridian really was. She'd walked right into it. I wasn't going to scream. I was going to show up. The Grand Meridian isn't just a venue. It's the flagship property of Maven Hospitality Group, my company. I founded it 6 years ago, built it from the ground up. The Meridian was my third acquisition. I own it, I run it. My name is on the deed. Rachel didn't know that. She'd booked the space through our corporate events coordinator, a woman named Lisa, someone I hired 2 years ago. I called Lisa. Hey, quick question. Who booked the investor summit? Rachel Chen. She said she had a connection with you. She didn't say you were sisters, though. I gave her the standard corporate rate. Standard rate. Rachel was paying full price and still asking me to cater for free. I almost laughed. Did she mention catering? I asked. No, she said they'd handle it separately. Why? Just curious. Thanks, Lisa. I hung up and opened my property files. 4 restaurants. 2 event venues. 1 boutique hotel in development. Rachel had chosen my venue without knowing it. The irony was perfect. But it got better. I pulled up the guest list for the summit. Derek's company. Titan Solutions. Mid-tier consulting firm. And then I saw his CEO's name. Malcolm Trent. I knew that name. I opened my email. Searched Trent. 43 messages. We'd worked together for 2 years. Rachel wasn't done. 3 days before the event, she started texting. Can you do a separate VIP dessert course for our table? Bring extra staff to serve us personally. Make sure your team stays invisible during the speeches. Every message was another demand. Another reminder that she saw me as the help. Then came the voice note. Hey, so I just want to make sure you're taking this seriously. Derek's CEO is going to be there. Malcolm Trent, super important guy. This event could be huge for Derek's career. So please don't flake on me. Wear something nice. Maybe borrow a blazer or something. And remember, stay in the background. This is a corporate thing, not a family thing. Okay, love you. I saved the voice note. Then she updated the family group chat again. Some of you have been asking how to support small businesses. Here's a perfect example. I'm giving my sister a platform at Derek's company event. Sometimes family means giving people a chance to prove themselves. The comments poured in. You're such a good sister. She's lucky to have you. I screenshot everything, saved it in a folder on my desktop, labeled it evidence. The summit was in 48 hours. Rachel thought she was setting me up for success. She had no idea what was coming. I had a plan, and it didn't include an apron. I opened my email archive and typed Malcolm Trent. The first message was from 2 years ago. Subject line, Denver Venue Acquisition Strategy. Trent's company, Helios Ventures, was expanding into hospitality real estate. They needed a consultant, someone who understood markets, operations, risk. They hired me. I'd been on retainer ever since. Advisory board, quarterly strategy calls, site visits. We'd exchanged over 40 emails. I'd met him in person 6 times. He knew exactly who I was. I scrolled through the thread. One email caught my eye. Your market insight is unmatched. We'd like to discuss a board placement for you when the timing is right. Let's talk next quarter. A board placement. He'd wanted me on his executive board. Rachel thought she was impressing her husband's boss by offering him free catering from her Waitress sister. She didn't know she was about to introduce him to his consulting partner. I pulled the signed consulting agreement, printed it, added it to the folder. Then I pulled my advisory retainer, the equity options, the non-disclosure agreement. Everything was clean, professional, documented. Rachel had built her entire narrative on a lie. On an assumption. And assumptions break. I closed my laptop. I knew exactly what I was going to do. I wasn't going to cater the event. I was going to host it. The night before the summit, my cousin Jenna texted me. Hey, I don't know if I should tell you this, but Rachel's been kind of a mess lately. I called her. What do you mean? I asked. Jenna sighed. Derek's firm is downsizing. He might get laid off. Rachel's been freaking out. She's been dropping your name to his boss, saying she has hospitality connections. I think she's trying to make herself look influential. To help Derek keep his job. I went quiet. She's scared, Jenna said. I'm not saying what she did was okay, but she's terrified of losing their lifestyle. The house. The image. All of it. I hung up. I sat with that for a long time. Rachel wasn't cruel. She was desperate. Her whole identity was wrapped up in status, in being the successful one, the connected one, and she was losing it. So she used me, turned me into a prop, a favor, a way to prove she had pull. It didn't excuse the humiliation. It didn't erase the years of condescension, but it explained it. I wasn't angry anymore. I was clear. I wasn't going to destroy her. I wasn't going to humiliate her the way she'd humiliated me. But I wasn't going to hide anymore either. Not for her comfort. Not for anyone's. I made my decision. I'd go to the summit, as myself. I emailed Lisa, my events manager, at 6 a.m. Subject: Investor Summit, host attendance confirmed. Lisa, execute the standard platinum package for tomorrow's event. Full service. Impeccable standards. No special treatment for any individual table. I'll be attending as the venue host and advisory partner. Let me know if you need anything. Thanks. I copied my catering director. My sommelier, my head of operations. Everyone needed to know. This wasn't a favor. It was business. Then I opened my closet. I pulled out the suit I'd worn to my last board meeting. Black, tailored, confident. I laid it on the bed next to my heels. My portfolio, my business cards. I wasn't bringing an apron. I booked a hair appointment for the next morning. Reviewed my consulting deck in case Trent wanted to talk shop. I texted Rachel once. Everything's handled. See you there. She replied immediately. Thank you so much. You're a lifesaver. I didn't respond. I set my alarm for 5 a.m. I made coffee. I went over the event timeline. I called my GM to confirm staffing. Everything was in place. I wasn't nervous. I wasn't angry. I was calm. For the first time in years, I wasn't shrinking myself to make someone else comfortable. I was stepping into the room as exactly who I'd become, and Rachel was about to see it. The night of the summit, I arrived early. Rachel arrived late. The Grand Meridian ballroom looked flawless. Chandeliers, champagne towers, past hors d'oeuvres on silver trays. 200 guests in black tie. I stood near the entrance in my suit, greeting arrivals, shaking hands. Welcome to the Meridian. Enjoy the evening. Several people recognized me. Partners from other firms. Investors I'd consulted for. Great to see you again. Didn't know this was your venue. Your team always delivers. I smiled, thanked them. Moved through the room like I owned it. Because I did. Rachel arrived 20 minutes late. She was scanning the room, looking for catering staff. Looking for me. She spotted me near the bar. Her face twisted. Confusion, then panic. She walked over, Derek trailing behind. Why are you dressed like that? She hissed. Where's your team? Before I could answer, a voice cut in. There you are. Malcolm Trent, tall, sharp suit. Warm smile. He extended his hand to me. Not to Rachel. Great to see you again, he said. This venue is absolutely stunning. Your team outdid themselves. Rachel's mouth opened. Nothing came out. Derek looked between us, lost. Trent continued. Have you two met? This is my consulting partner. She's the reason Helios is expanding into hospitality acquisitions. Best market strategist I've ever worked with. He turned to Rachel. You must be Derek's wife. Small world. Rachel stammered. She's my sister. Trent raised his eyebrows. Really? You didn't mention your sister owns the Meridian. That's impressive. Derek pulled out his phone. I saw him Google my name. His face went pale. Other executives drifted over, recognized me, started talking shop. Rachel stood there, frozen, invisible. The room had shifted. She wasn't the center anymore. She wasn't the connected one. She was just someone's wife. Standing in my venue, at my event, I excused myself to greet other guests. Rachel stayed where she was, holding a champagne flute, silent. For the first time in my life, she had nothing to say. The next morning, Rachel texted me. 2 words. I'm sorry. I didn't reply right away. I needed time, space, clarity. A week later, we met for coffee. She looked tired, smaller somehow. I didn't know, she said quietly. I swear I didn't know. You didn't ask, I said. She nodded, looked down at her cup. I've been so focused on keeping up appearances, on making Derek look good, on being the successful one. I didn't see you. No, I said. You saw me. You just decided I wasn't worth knowing. She started to cry. Not loud, just quiet tears. I was scared, she said. Derek's firm is cutting people. I thought if I looked connected, influential, it would help. I used you. I know that now. I didn't comfort her. But I didn't walk away either. I'll have a relationship with you, I said, when you see me as I am. Not as who you need me to be. She nodded. We finished our coffee in silence. 2 weeks later, Derek kept his job. Trent told him the event had gone well, that the company appreciated the professionalism. Derek sent me a thank you note, handwritten. Thank you for hosting a flawless event. I'm sorry for any confusion. You run an incredible operation. I framed it. Not out of spite. Out of proof. Proof that quiet competence always wins. Rachel and I don't talk much now. But when we do, it's different. She asks questions, real ones. How's the new location? Are you still consulting? Can I see your restaurant sometime? I told her yes. Anytime. The family group chat changed too. Slowly. Mom asked to visit one of my properties. My brother wanted to book his anniversary dinner. They started seeing me. Not as the waitress. Not as the disappointment. As the person I'd been all along. I still wear an apron sometimes. I work the floor at my bistro on weekends. I train new servers, because hospitality isn't beneath me. It built me. I opened a 5th location last month. A rooftop bar downtown. It's already booked solid for 6 months. I'm still on Trent's advisory board. We're looking at a Seattle expansion, and I still keep everything. Every contract, every receipt, every email. Not because I'm waiting for revenge, because I know my worth. And I don't need anyone's permission to own it. You don't owe anyone a small version of yourself, not even family. So here's my question for you. Have you ever had to set a boundary with family? What happened? Drop your story in the comments below, and if this one hit home, subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from. This story is a fictionalized dramatization and does not constitute legal or financial advice. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.